Hi, this is the My Camping Adventures channel, and I'm taking you on an urban e-bike adventure. Finally got some nice weather out, and it's Easter, so I'm taking a little ride on my e-bike. Let's see where we go. Our weather's been kind of choppy lately, so I'm very happy to see the sun shining. Truly feels like the first day of spring. I want to talk to you guys, the few that see this video, and say that as the weather gets better, it's time to go outside and have your own adventures, and to share my camping adventures with me. One of the most important things about e-biking is safety. I got the red shoes on, got a helmet on, got gloves on. But the important thing is to watch traffic, because they're not watching you. I'm trying to slow down here so I can safely cross, which is a very busy street. And you don't want to put the brakes on too hard if you don't have to, because you could blow the hydraulics. Had a person do that. Look, e-bikes are getting more popular. Nice thing about an e-bike is when you're going up a big hill, you don't have to pedal. I get about 60 miles off this battery by just pedaling sometime before a charge. It's a real game changer when I take it down to the Allegheny Forest. I can sneak up on deer, I can sneak up on turkey, I can cover 10 miles of trails in an hour. That would take me all day to hike and explore. Oh, this is interesting. Going out because it's Easter. All the stores are closed. So I got my own little adventure zone here. Wind's kicking up. Still feels good. I'll take you guys past something that I think is kind of cool. We're gonna get an LL Bean. The LL Bean's coming in the summer. So we got Sierra Trading Post, we got LL Bean, there's a Sportsman's Warehouse, Eddie Bauer, though it's a glimmer of itself, and Dick's, which really got rid of all their camping gear and outdoor goods up here for some reason, even though it's a sport. At least gives me a few places I could shop for clothing and gear. This is an interesting little road here that goes to nowhere. Hope you can hear me over the wind. Sad part is, if I'm not doing something like this, if I'm not crawling down a hill on some rope, if I'm not sitting in the dark in a tent listening for Sasquatch, alone or with a friend, I don't feel alive. I feel like I'm here, but that I'm just going through the routine. The ability to get out and have some adventure, to have some personal time, whatever it is. Whether you're a downhill skier in the winter, a golfer, a camper, an e-biker, a kayaker, a hiker, a fisherman. Whatever makes you feel like there's something more than, and I'm not talking spiritual, I'm talking go to work, you come home, you take out the garbage, you sit there and stare at Netflix, you wash, rinse, repeat. We're just being warehoused. Life is an adventure. It should be lived as such, and the world doesn't want us to. Do you know how few people I see in the woods anymore? Unless it's hunting season. People go fishing the first 2 weeks of trout and then they disappear. One of the best things I ever did, I call it my midlife crisis, is get this e-bike. Ooh. I have to say that car that just drove by me, they were smoking, let's just call it cannabis. Smells like dead skunk. Only to be honest with you, I'd rather breathe in dead skunk than trailing fumes. I don't know why people are driving around on that stuff. Well, I do. I mean, but it's kind of like the same, I think, as driving intoxicated. Maybe I'm wrong, but not good. But that's our society, I guess. That's why the further I am in the woods, sometimes the happier I am. Wow, look at all this cardboard for recycling. Let's go explore behind this shopping area. I'd see these little black boxes and I'd be like, what the hell they are? Sorry, I swore. Hopefully it's allowed. They're rat traps. I figured that out pretty quickly by looking at them. Hey, look, porta potty. More cardboard for recycling. Sorry about the wind, but hey, this is like the poor man's Truman Show. It's my camping adventures and you're welcome to come along. It's kind of funny. I'll get 1,000 views out of a short on Reese's Cups, which I'm thankful for. I'll get 100 views off of this. Wow, the Chinese buffet is open on Easter. Everything else is mostly closed. now people are just driving around. And I'm not sure if they even have a thought that Walmart might be out of power someday, and they can't just go there and stock up at, well, they can't even go there at midday anymore because they close at 11. Or that if these tariffs continue, shelves might not be so full. And you can't tell anybody anything. They don't want to hear it. But I'll say that to you. The more you're personally aware, understand the nuances, have a spiritual connection with the big guy upstairs, hopefully, the more you're prepared. Work as hard as you can. Love as hard as you can. Pray as hard as you can. It's something I've been neglecting for months. Play as hard as you can. I was gonna get a moped. Sort of glad I got this. I can go places you can't. On a moped. I got the big fat tire model here. It's limited to like 21 miles an hour on the assist. I've gone 35 miles an hour downhill though. I wonder if Cracker Barrel's open. Whoa, that kicked like a horse. This is my little ride. Sometimes on the weekends and after work, when I can't go someplace else. I did say Kelty Moraine. What do I call Kelty? Moraine State Park is has a bunch of bike trails. I'd like to have the peace and the time to maybe go explore that this summer and do a video. I can't believe Tractor Supply is open. Craziness. Oh, that's a cool little seat. I can't believe they're open. If I didn't have the GoPro on, I'd stop in and check things out. A rooster? That's interesting. Oh, I'd love to have that little Jeep. Holy shit, it's only $5.99. You gotta be kidding me. We gotta go check this out. I don't have $599 to buy it. If anybody wants to donate to PayPal, I'll certainly make a video riding it around. I don't know if I could fit. Check this out. Holy cow. That's pretty cool. What in the world? That is pretty dang cool. All-terrain go-kart, green. Huh, they dressed up a go-kart to make it look like a Jeep. You gotta be kidding me, man. It's rusted. Wow. $84.99, $5.99. Yeah, I could afford $5.99. That'd be fun if I had some place to ride it. That's pretty damn cool. Wow. That's pretty cool. Alright. There's a little baby one. Other nice thing, of course they always improve stuff after you get it, is there's power assist levels on an e-bike, so just stepping on the pedal can propel you forward. You got to kind of get used to it, but saves you pushing the pedal. And well, you can pedal this thing being off. It's 65 pounds. It's not a fun date. Alright, I'm not a cat, so hopefully curiosity is not going to kill me. But I'm going to check out and see if Cracker Barrel's open. Got 3.2 miles already on this little urban camping outdoor adventure. Yeah, Cracker Barrel's open too for Easter. That's crazy. I guess not everybody wants to cook. I just like, at 59, to continue to work real well, do my job, take care of my clients, honor my customers, honor my company. But I'm in a profession where I rely on other people and what they do. And this world's becoming a crazier place by the day. And as it does so, it becomes less predictable. I have a feeling that e-bikes like I have, although on the very, very cheap end of the scale, are going to become unavailable pretty soon because of all these tariffs, and that's a sad thing. But at the same time, you can't keep giving away all your money to another country so they can arm themselves and do all this other stuff and build up their society and their roads and their bridges and their infrastructure. And you lose all your jobs, all your infrastructure, and all your capital. So I see both sides of the equation. It's good to have cheap stuff that you can afford, but then if all you got is cheap jobs to afford cheap stuff, the real question is, if stuff goes up or is made here at a higher cost, are we going to have the pay increases and the raises and the jobs for people to afford it? And to be honest with you, I don't think so. I think, as always, you're going to get paid the least possible, and companies are going to charge the most they can. That's just the law of things. With the system we had, although it was bleeding, I think, our economy and our country dry over time, it kind of kept the status quo for a while. that we may not have soon. But you know what? You can throw a pack on your back, some basic items, and still go out in the woods and have some peace. You can get an ugly stick and go fishing. You could ride a bike or an e-bike and enjoy the sun. So I recommend to take a little time, come along with my camping adventures, and take a joyride. Because it's Sunday. And to thank the big guy upstairs that there's another day of sun that we get to enjoy. And hey, LL Bean's coming. See that corner building right there? There have been about 5 businesses in there. None of them make it. Don't know why. There's a pretty cool pasta place in there. Fazoli's, I think. I don't know. They're alright. They didn't make it. There's a sub shop, Quiznos. They didn't make it. There's something else in there. They didn't make it. Don't know why. Nothing that's ever gone into that corner. You know, looking up here, that used to be a Baby and Beyond or something. When my kid was 2 or 3, we used to walk up here with the stroller, or I used to hike up here with the backpack with the kid carrier. He'd always kick his shoes off. Hard to believe those were the good days. But hey, this is a good afternoon right now with you guys. Hope I don't die. Be one reason not to show up to work on Monday, because I got run over by a Ford F-150. No, I'm less scared of that than what people are gonna do in society right now. Alright. It's a beautiful afternoon. I hope you're enjoying it. And happy Easter. Sorry I've pontificated or expressed thoughts in my head. But you do that when you're out having an adventure. And here's where I go about 35 miles an hour, and I never pop the brakes on too hard. I always go past my destination here. I'm sure this would hurt pretty darn bad if I wiped out. So, you gotta be careful. You gotta know what you're doing. $35 on an e-bike. Oh, I'm down to 26. 25. And I'm gonna go past my destination. Because it's safer that way. Safer to use the terrain to slow down. Hello. Then I turn up here and I let the uphill brake for me. I hate seeing all this garbage that's laying around everywhere. And I don't know if it's you, but the trees still aren't green yet, and it's kind of bumming me out. Hey, little doggies. There's such a eclectic and odd arrangement of junky plants in that little patch of woods we just passed. Should be a song. Where have all the good trees gone? Alright, so I safely came down the hill, used the terrain to slow down, and now I'm heading to the end of my adventure. This is the My Camping Adventures channel with an urban e-bike adventure. Please like, click, share, subscribe. GoPro, stop recording.